Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. And today we're going to be drawing the final part of our 3-part series where we draw 3 different dragons. And get ready for tomorrow's video because that's going to be a special bonus episode. I'm going to try and keep this episode a little shorter than my usual videos, and I'm going to make it about 15 to 18 minutes rather than a full-on 20 minutes, 21 minutes. Alright, so let's start. As you can see, I took a lot of inspiration from different cultures and stuff, but some of these things, like the symbols, I just kind of made up as I went along. And I just came up with different ideas, adding feathers and then just making this like a super cool dragon. So just an advancement. First, of course, going to be white as always, and this one especially is going to be white because I want to add it to give it a white and gold feeling. So, because those colors seem to work pretty well. Alright, let's get this color to work. Alright, now that we've got this color to work, I can now start to outline all the different colors and symbols and stuff, and just add little touches there. The eye was probably my favorite part in the whole thing. Also adding the ring and symbols there too, as it just kind of makes it give it that Japanese and just cool look overall. A lot of stuff from different cultures like Japan and Korea make super cool dragons and all sorts of cool stuff pretty much. So I take a lot of inspiration from those kind of things, also from just my own mind as well. This was a combination of both of those. Like the feathers at the top, or the feather horns, were completely my idea, but some of the stuff like adding the fur and the jaw was also partly inspired from other drawings, which came from my mind, of course. So I'm going to make this a little slower so I'm not rushing through and breaking any lines, or going through lines, I should say, as I want this to be nice and done well. So now that we've got that part done, I want to make the nose, like right there. I made the top of the snout or jaw lining really furry with feathers, and then right here I added the nose. I wanted it to go for a different type of nose rather than the normal nose I go for, which is a lot bigger than this one. So I just wanted to go for a little sideways L in a way. And whenever I'm doing dragons, I like to add the shading so I can get a good idea for just where I'm going to add all the colors and such. But for this one, I might add a bit of shading with the pencil and do harder outlines to make it darker to fit the outline. And with that being done, I'll finish up the rest of it. So first, now let's go on to the rest of the feathers and the neck. So as we do that, we get the neck part down here, which I'll partially go off screen, but the majority of my whole dragon is all about the head and how to draw the dragon head. So let me just do that now. And tomorrow, on Sunday, it's going to be also a video talking and explaining who won the drawing contest. I already have the drawings made for the name tags. It's not necessarily a drawing contest, but just kind of who I chose overall as a character. So far, we don't have too many people, but enough to last them for a few times. So share this with your friends and family so they can get a chance to win. Mainly your friends, especially if they like drawing dragons or just drawing in general. So as you can see, I already have all the necessities ready, the bare necessities. Anyway, so I've got that all done. I've got all the feathers. I'll erase at the end so I can, before I start coloring, I'll erase so I can get all the lines to look neater and cleaner, so it's not just a giant mumbled mess of everything, of the pencil and the marker. Although I think that could be a cool design to make a character or dragon half marker and then half pen or marker, so that you can see the big difference, and it'll be like it's an ink splatter on the character, which I think that actually might be a pretty cool idea. So I might do that in the future, like make an ink dragon, an ink and pencil dragon. So if you want to see that, let me know by liking this video and just continuing to subscribe too. So in my next update video, I'm going to talk more about what I'm going to be doing in the future of live streams and pretty much everything in general. So now let's get all these lines and the symbols ready as I do all the different characters, as I think you would call them, rather than just symbols. Like a lot of things and letters in different cultures, you can either call them symbols, letters, or characters, which I think characters are normally referred to on websites as like you can only put this many characters into the page, especially on Twitter, which is one of them, which it used to have just saying how many characters you could have left, but now it has this like ring that you use so you can judge about how long it will take before you run out of space or before it becomes too long, which I think was a bit better, so I think that's why they did in the first place. Anyway, now I think it's time to erase all the different lines from me sketching and such. Don't want to hold in, don't want to do too hard when erasing because I don't want to bend up the paper. I kind of rushed a little bit when I was doing the shading and the shadows in the back here. And that can always be fixed with the coloring and just the shading overall. So when you search up different videos online, it's always fun to see what other YouTubers and other drawing YouTubers do, which I think is always amazing to just look at all their different styles and just art overall. Especially the animators coming back to YouTube, like Jaden Animations and The Odd Ones Out, and the whole animating group. Besides that, when you just look up tutorial videos on how to draw, there's a lot of cool ones, especially the 300 drawing prompt series, which of course I'm doing. So I need to erase the rest of this. And with this eraser, it's easier to give me a large range of erasing rather than a single pencil eraser, which would take way too long. But you can still, when I'm erasing like this, another reason I use this eraser is because I can see where all the shadow marks were and the shading was, so that I know where to do it after I've outlined and colored. But for this specific one, I don't need to do that too much, except I just have to erase it when erasing all the lines and such. So let's erase all of that and all of that. And then once we've got that, we can blow it all off. And get the rest of the eye too. That's the main part I want to do. And get the nose. Now that we've got that part, I think we've got it pretty well. So now I'm going to get my yellow, which is going to symbolize, well, not symbolize, just act as the gold color. And so, because I don't have a exact gold marker, but the closest thing is a nice yellow marker, which gives it that goldish effect, which I can probably add or change the color to make it look more goldish using the white pencil I have. The reason I use white pencil on marker is because I found out while just drawing and experimenting with different colors, you can actually lighten the colors or darken the colors, but mainly lightening the colors when you put the white pencil over it. So because the white and yellow mixes, if you've ever seen how pink is made with red and white, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, well, I'll show you if I end up wanting to make this little goldish color, because right now it's just like a pale yellowish color, which I think can always be changed. But I'll decide at the end of the video, or close to the end of the video, if I want to change it or keep it the way it is. So now we're coming up to the 10-minute mark, and that's when I'll probably start to add the color in for the eyes. And the color I'm going to make for the eyes is either going to be a light blue or a yellow, like the goldish color I'm making. So let's get the rest of this, and then probably at the 12-minute mark, 12 or 13-minute mark, not mic, because that is not a time, I'll probably end up doing the rest of the shading. So now over here is a really cool part where I can add the gold part around the eye. So actually, now that I'm thinking about it, with the gold, goldish yellow. I'm going to probably make the eye blue instead of completely gold, seeing as I already have gold around the eye. So now let me get the blue, and we just hit the 10-minute mark. And now time to do the rest of the eye. And as we do the main eye, I'm gonna change the eye so that it becomes a darker shade like this, which makes it look pretty cool. Now overall, I think this is one of my favorite dragons I've drawn on the channel, especially. And just because it has that cool, nice look. And I think if this dragon had characteristics or was in a cartoon or some kind of animated form, I think this would probably be the good dragon versus the bad dragon, or light versus dark, seeing it's like a feather dragon and it has all the gold. And that would just be pretty cool to have this animated. That'd actually be pretty cool. I could probably get an animating software and do this. And with that done, I could actually upload that, and then that'd be a pretty cool animation. Nothing else really to say. So now it's time to shade, so I'm going to start shading with pencil, seeing as I don't have a gray marker. And a gray marker, I think, doesn't work as well when I'm trying to get the shading bit across. So time to do the darker shading. And let's get that done, and this part done, and just keep going. So the camera may move around a lot of times. That's normally just because I'm trying to get the correct angle, or well, the picture may move around, not the camera per se. So just trying to get the perfect angle. And as you saw before, when I did the original shading, it was a lot lighter, but now it's getting darker, seeing as I have a black outline shading rather than the light gray shading I had before. I mean, the light gray outlining I had before. So as I do that, I'm just gonna finish off with the shading, and then that's probably where I'll end the video. And then get ready for tomorrow's bonus video. And you'll see what I mean by bonus video tomorrow. I've already recorded it, and so you'll see it tomorrow. Easy enough. I've drawn it, recorded it, and I've colored it too, so get ready for that video. Also, when I add polls to this video, let me know what kind of videos you want to see me do next. Do more dragons, or do you want me to move back into the 300 drawing prompt series? I'll normally integrate all those things back in on Mondays, and just random things on Mondays, as those will be my one-off video days when I'm not exactly sure what kind of videos I'm going to do. Normally with one-off videos, they're probably going to be dragon videos. And now that I have a schedule, I'm going to start following my schedule on Monday, seeing as that'll be the best time to start freshly starting the new week. Or I could even start on Sunday. I think Sunday will be a better time, seeing as a lot of people think Sunday is the beginning of the wink. Nope, I don't think it's called the wink. I think it's called the week. Definitely different. Two different things. But how cool would it be if you just winked and then it was the end of the week? Or 7 days in the future. Both of those would be super cool. Then you could just go like, oh, I want this week to be over. And then you just wink and boom, you're already at the end. I don't know how this turned from dragons to winking equals time travel to the 7 days in the future. But somehow it came like that. I'm going to just shade this a little bit. And then as I get closer to the top, it's just going to fade out as it gets to a lighter point. And, okay, let me just make this a little darker. And now I think we've got a pretty good dragon. We just add a little bit of shading here, actually. I just want to add the best shading I can. And now that we've got that, I think I've made a pretty good dragon. So, we're just about to hit the 15-minute mark. That was pretty much correct on my estimation. Anyway, so thank you for watching today's video. Remember to subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video by me. And until next time, see ya!